Hi, I'm Judy,
And I'm Jeanette,
and this is Cooking with
the mama.
Mama. Has been cooking for how many years?
Too many.
Yeah. And she's been making delicious recipes that have been handed down from her mama to her mama.
And who knows how many mamas before that.
Let's get started. The first thing is we're going to add a half a cup of oil. You want to do that, Mama? Yes. Watch yourself. This is over a medium heat in a big pot. And then we're going to add about 2 medium sliced onions into the pot. And then the secret of the recipe from Naples is they use a big hunk of chunk of meat, and it's a beef roast with bone in. The bone in makes it taste the best. That's the best part. That's the secret. That's gonna go in.
I put it very high.
You want to just kind of stir it around a little bit and let it brown, but like really get brown. Mom, tell me about browning.
It should be almost to the burning stage, a real dark brown.
Nice caramelization on the onion. The meat has to sit here for a while. First time I made this, Mama said brown it, really brown it. Well, I took it to the next step and I burned it.
But it was good.
No, the onions are a little bitter and little black pieces of scribbly things. It was really wrong. So you don't want to burn it. You just want to find that happy brown sweet spot. It's going to take a little while to get it to go. We put the heat up a little bit, maybe medium high, and just let it do its thing. And about halfway through the browning of the onions, you're going to flip the meat over to the other side so that side browns. Okay, Mom, does that look good?
Yes.
Okay.
The onions get really almost burnt.
Almost burnt. So we're going to flip the meat to the other side. Ooh, that was good. Oh, it's stuck on my fork. Okay, there. Okay, and then stir the onions around a little bit.
It's really brown.
Okay, how does that look, Mama?
It looks very good. The onions are very dark, almost to the burnt stage. And that's the way you want them.
Okay, so now we're going to add a can of tomato puree, which is about 29 ounces. Put it on the top. And we're going to add some water next, but the trick to the water is you can use 2.5 cups of water, but you throw it into the puree can to kind of loosen up the pieces. You're just going to stir it up a little bit so that and you splash it everywhere, but that's part of cooking. It's all cleanable. Twist up the pieces a little bit. Pour that into the pan. Ooh, carefully. I'm not as good a cook as Mama. And we're gonna get it in there. Okay. And then next comes. You want to do the basil?
No, you can do it.
Okay. This is a tablespoon of basil. It's dried basil, but the trick is you put it in your hand. And you do it carefully, and then you scrunch it, rub it, scrub it, squish it into the pan because it releases the oils. So you just get mad at it. There it goes. And then this is a 1.5 teaspoons of salt and another 1/4 teaspoon of pepper. And stir that up, please. Mix it all in the best you can.
Bring it to a boil first, of course. And then simmer it.
Okay, so it's starting to boil. Give it a quick stir. And then we're going to bring the temperature down and let it simmer for how long, Mom?
At least 2 hours.
2 hours. Now, on the meatballs. Okay, so we're going to start with about 4 ounces of a crunch bread. It could be dry or day old, works really well. But she's tearing it into smaller pieces. And I'm going to add some.
When I get done, turn them up.
My mama said to wait, so I'm going to wait. So she's tearing them into smaller chunks. This is what gives the meatball like nice meatball texture because it's going to add to the meat and just hold the thing together. Now I'm going to pour a little bit of water in, and she's going to then, what are you going to do?
I'm going to squish it.
What's the best tool for squishing, Mom?
Your hand.
Yes, it is.
Okay, stop for a minute. You want to get it over wet.
So you want soggy bread. You want just dampened bread. And you want to break it into little pieces into shredded bread. Okay,
That should do it.
she told me to stop. I'll stop. I listened to the mama. There we go. So again, just moisten it up, squish it through.
Yeah.
I always find like I miss a spot, so I have to really make sure I get them all the little pieces all squished through.
You don't want it soggy. You just want it to be wet and pliable. Okay, that looks pretty good. So,
Okay, ready?
yep.
Now what?
Now we're going to add the
Hamburger. This is 70% lean, 30% fat. It's we call it the cheaper hamburger, but it makes a better meatball. It has a better flavor if you add a little extra fat. Some people go, oh, we have to get the fat out of our lives. Yeah, you do, but not in the meatballs. We're gonna keep it in the meatballs. We do make bread balls though.
Yes, we do.
If you didn't, I guess they didn't have a lot of meat, so they would do basically the same recipe, take the meat out, and just use the bread and all the other parts we're gonna be putting in here in a second, and fry them up. They're good too.
Add all other stuff.
Well, tell me what you want.
Oh, we do. Whatever. Just add one.
Pepper. This is a 1/4 teaspoon of pepper.
Okay.
So now what do you want?
We'll put the garlic in.
Garlic. This is a 1/4 teaspoon of dried or powdered garlic, a teaspoon of salt, and a 1/4 cup of grated Parmesan, Romano blend if you can, or just Parmesan's fine. This is the secret. You gotta mix and mix and mix.
Mix. Okay, let's try 1 egg.
And
Now go ahead, put 2 in. We can do it all at one time.
wow, here we go. She's getting daring here. Okay.
That's a strong
It
egg.
is a very good egg. These are nice, good eggs. Okay, off it goes.
Okay, there we go. We gotta mix and mix and mix and mix.
All right, then you're going to spray a pan with a little bit of cooking spray. Turn this on to about a medium heat, Mom? A medium
That's
heat.
good.
To make the best meatballs, it's probably the best to keep them all about the same size. So you want to scoop, and then gently roll them. You don't want to pack them, just gently roll them. Okay, and now they are nice and browned and done. You're going to remove them from the pan into another plate temporarily.
They don't look perfectly round, that's okay.
They're meatball things-ish. Okay, let's take a look. Oh yeah.
Very
Oh,
good.
there we go. Okay, see how the sauce is thickened up a little bit? Oh yeah, and the meat is fall off the bone tender. Now you're going to add the meatballs back into the sauce to get them good and squishy. And how long should they stay in there, Mama?
I would say at least a half an hour.
Okay, on a low simmer like it's on right
just
now.
on a low simmer, just so they get flavor
Let's
of
make
the
this-
tomato through there.
Make life easier.
There you
And just kind of make sure they get submerged. Get the sauce on them. Put the lid back on. We're back another 30 minutes, half hour, and you'll be ready for yumminess. And the meat is just fall apart tender in here. And what's really good about this meat is you can use it for other things, like you can shred it up and make it into taco meat, add some more spices to it. Or what else do you do with the meat, Mom? Barbecue
go.
beef,
Barbecue beef sandwiches.
they're really good, or just
Or just cut it up and just have it with a vegetable and a potato.
yeah, it's just delicious. Just make sure that the trick is to get the bones out. Make sure you want to get all the bones out of the meat. All right, our sauce is done and it smells awesome. So we're going to now put it on some spaghetti that we've already made a little bit ahead of time here. But you can use any kind of pasta you like. What do you like, Mom?
Mustacholi, rigatoni, shells.
Anything.
Anything.
So we made the pasta already, and we're gonna add a little extra sauce to it. But when you make pasta, you wanna cook it just so it's al dente, which means to the tooth, so it's not chewy, it's not crunchy. And you also do not want to rinse the pasta. Don't rinse it. People sometimes will make the pasta and rinse it under water real fast to cool it down. But you lose all the good starches on the outside, and the starches help hang on to the sauce, and so it makes it really, really yummy. But this, you can add a little sauce to it so it'll kind of flow together and won't stick.
But then you can always add the sauce that you want when you put it on your plate. How's that look?
That looks wonderful, and it smells so good. Okay, now comes the best part. Oh, it's the sauce is hanging on to the pasta. Oh, I can't get it. Okay, ready?
Uh-huh. Good. Just like Grandma made when she had too much wine to drink.
Meatball. My childhood. So good.
Meatballs are good. Good.
Good job, Mom.
Very good.
We hope you enjoyed the video.
Like and subscribe.
And for a written down version of Grandma Anna's recipe, please follow our Facebook page, link below. Cheers, Mama. Good job. Salud.
Cheers. Bye-bye.
Bye.